Community Viewpoint.
And welcome to another edition of Community Viewpoint. I'm John Pawlak, your host for this segment. And spring has sprung, everything's turning green. I'm looking at our green screen here at the studio, and that's why we're going to be talking about brownfields today. This is a serious issue, and we've had people on here from Beck Environmental in the past, and we have Tammi Odegard with us, Workforce Director over at the Nye Communities Coalition. And we're going to be doing something, hopefully, to remediate some of the brownfields that are in the, not necessarily the area here, but in Nye County. So, Tammi, welcome.
Thank you.
And clue us in a little bit of what is a brownfield?
So, a brownfield is a piece of land where the use of it might be complicated by a real or a potential hazardous pollutant or contaminant. Maybe it was a former industrial site, a former commercial site, a warehouse, or a factory. Here in Nye County, maybe it was a former mine, gas station, former dry cleaning business, those auto repair shop. There's all different kinds of things. So that's what a brownfield is. It's a piece of land that might or does have a contaminant.
And so what the next question is, are there many brownfields across the country?
There are a lot of brownfields across the country. The EPA has estimated that there's over 500,000 brownfields across the United States, but those are just ones that have been identified, and certainly there are many, many more that haven't been identified.
And I, being from the Midwest, we've had refineries, coke ovens, and things like that. I come from the steel industry, so those are big-time brownfields. If people find out that the people left them, and then the people that are going to buy the property, they have to do something with remediation of their property. So we don't have any coke ovens here or oil refineries, but brownfields can mean many things to different people, too.
Right. One thing that I found interesting, because I love the Smith Center in Las Vegas, the little park that's right next to the Smith Center.
Oh, you found out about that.
That's a brownfield.
Yes.
So it was a former railroad yard, so there were rusting tracks and tar pits that were in that area, so they removed that and made the beautiful park. So.
Yeah, I just heard that on the KNPR, too. Excellent.
Yeah.
So what's the Brownfields training program? And that's something we're going to have at the Nye Communities Coalition?
That's correct.
Yes.
So the Brownfields training program is a grant that was awarded to Nye County, and then Nye County has contracted with us at the coalition to do the training and to organize that part of it. So we are going to be recruiting and training people, giving them the skills to secure full-time sustainable employment in the environmental fields. So we're very excited. People can come into the coalition to get more information. We have a resource room there where we are already doing workforce-related activities. We're helping people find jobs and helping them get into training for jobs. So it was a real natural fit, and we're really excited that the county has awarded us that sub-grant.
Yes, and so the people will be doing different types of training for. What are some of the training that we have? So
they're going to be receiving 9 certificates.
That's right.
If they, when they complete the program, the main one, the biggest portion of it is called the HAZWOPER, and that's hazardous waste and emergency response. And they'll be learning all kinds of things having to do with the hazardous waste recognition, evaluation, control, biological hazards, radiation hazards. They'll be learning about confined space entry, and then medical emergencies, air monitoring, all kinds of things, in that area. Some of the other certificates that they will receive are the OSHA certificates, solid waste management, asbestos abatement, lead paint abatement, We're going to do some CPR and first aid, and then we're leaving room for others. I'm currently speaking with local employers and kind of trying to figure out what their needs are.
Right.
And so we'll meet the needs of the employers. Our goal is to have a ready workforce. So if there's some kind of training that an employer knows that they would like to have a pool of people trained in, we will do our best to incorporate that into this training.
If they, well, I'm sure they have it, but search and rescue would use some of this training too.
Right.
But, oh, very good. So who can apply for the program? It goes from 18 till my age?
Well, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to be 18,
Yeah.
you have to have a high school diploma or a GED. We want somebody who will commit to completing the course, and the length of the course is going to depend on the trainer's availability and schedules, but we're shooting for between 6 and 10 weeks. We'll condense it as much as we can. So we want someone who will commit to completing it, and then they're going to pass a random or an initial drug test, and then we'll do random drug tests throughout.
Okay. Yeah, because I noticed on the sheet over here some of the jobs that may benefit from the training: renewable energy, transportation, manufacturing, green construction, government and regulatory, environmental protection, energy efficiency, and agriculture and forestry. So that could help you when you go for other jobs also, not directly related to the brownfields.
Yeah, I think that it's really important training, even if somebody doesn't necessarily want to work in the environmental field, but if they're looking for work right now, it's a good way to spend your time getting all these certificates, and they'll be helpful, and the skills that you learn and the knowledge that you gain are going to be transferable to a lot of different industries and sectors. So just to be able to prove to an employer that you completed a course, you have these certificates. People are going to learn a lot of other soft skills too, we call them, how to prepare, to be a good employee, and how to apply for a job, how to interview, some etiquette type things. So hopefully...
I should take one of those courses, I'm sorry.
I'll give you the schedule when we're done. So hopefully the applicants that employers are going to see are going to be much more ready to be good employees.
And this is, how much does it cost? It says?
It costs
no
nothing,
cost.
Right. It's a grant funded, so we're so fortunate to have that, here in Pahrump. It's a really great opportunity for someone.
Excellent. So it's 25 students per cycle. 3 training cycles beginning next couple months or so?
Right. We're shooting for the mid to end of May. I'm still working with the trainers right now, working out their schedules and their availability. So as soon as we can get that nailed down, we'll know for sure. And then there will be 2 cohorts after that. And so if anybody's remotely interested, they should apply. And if we can, we'll do whatever we can to accommodate their schedule.
Oh, excellent. So this is at the Nye Communities Coalition, the Career Connections at, where's it at?
It's at 1020 East Wilson.
Yes, and that's 775-727-9970. Or is the email down there too? Did you put the email down there? It's Tammi with a I at nyecc.org. We may get that before the end of the show, too. He's good at that. TAMMI at nyecc.org.
Thank you.
So you would have sessions quarterly during the year for employees that are looking for work also. Job training, not training.
We have job fair. We have a job fair every quarter. And so that's a good chance for somebody who's looking for work to come and meet employers, shake hands, practice, speaking to an employer. With the people who graduate from Brownfields, I'm hopeful that we will be able to align them with industries, local industries here that will be able to use them with their new certifications. One really neat thing this time around is that local employers who are going to be looking for employees are going to be involved in the selection process. So they'll be in on the interviews and the selection. They'll be able to watch the students' progress as they go through the program and kind of keep tabs on them if there's somebody that they're specifically interested in. So I think that's a a real plus, and it's going to be advantageous to the good students.
So, and let's see, what else do we have to? We just had not a class, but a employee. I can't.
We call them.
What do we call them?
We call them job and
job
volunteer.
fairs.
Yes.
When's the next one?
The next one is going to be in May.
Okay, in May, just when these are starting too. So hopefully, if you wait, you still might be able to apply for this up in May when the next job fair.
I would say apply sooner rather than later, because if the first cohort doesn't fills up, then you might have a shot at getting into the second or third.
Right, and it's only 25 per class.
Right.
And there's going to be how many classes each time, depending on how many people
Well, there
apply?
will be 3 cohorts. So the first group or cohort will be 25 people.
Okay.
And then we'll do 2 other sections of 25. So I expect that it's going to be competitive, but it's a simple application process, simple 2-page application, and then we want a resume. That's it. So easy to apply, and you can come into our resource room there at the Coalition, or contact me if you aren't able to come in during our business hours, which are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5.
And you said a resume?
A resume.
And what if they don't have a resume?
Well, then they can they can come in and we'll help them build one.
Yes,
we do that all day long. So
that's what the Nye Community Coalition is all about. We have resume classes. We help you dress appropriately.
Right.
What else do we do for the people?
We do job readiness, which is kind of practice interviewing, and we do some scenarios and stuff. That's really a real fun, engaging class. And then we do an orientation where we can give an overview of the Coalition and all of the services that we offer. We also have a customer service workshop and basic computers.
Okay. So you have all those things available to you, not only for the Brownfields, but if you're just looking, not just looking, but if you're looking for a job as well, you could come to the Coalition when? Monday through Friday?
Monday through Friday.
Yes. So we're just about through with this. So what do we have to end with?
I would say take advantage of it. Every community didn't get this opportunity.
It's us, right.
So if you're remotely interested, talk to me and get your application in.
We thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Noah. Thank you, people, for watching. We'll see you next week.
Community Viewpoint.